His left pants leg has a tear above the knee, but in the next scene where he is running towards the police car, the pants are undamaged. The grip on the gun changes from two-handed to one-handed between shots. The exhaust tips of the car are actually just dangling on the car and aren't connected at all. When he tears the hood off the car, it lands with the underside facing up. In the next shot, the hood is farther away and facing right side up.
We're still mobile. For Christ's sakes.
Goose's bike has mag wheels, but when he slides into the parked car, his wheels have spokes. The cut in the scene is a mess. It already shows the cop car flipped over before it happened. The first police car we see approaching the trailer would actually end up being the car flipped over. The trailer and the pickup truck are completely blocking the road, making it impossible for the Knight Rider to drive through. There were supposed to be 2 cops in the car, but here we only see 1. Max's car is in the middle of the road from this point of view, but on the side of the road from Max's view. The same reflection on the glasses is used when Max is waiting at the intersection and when he is about to face the Knight Rider. Right before the crash, there is a small explosion that tosses dirt in the air. A chain can be seen pulling his car into the disabled truck. This bugged out frame flicks so fast on the screen that it's funny. The gun that the baby plays with appears out of nowhere, then disappears. Goose fell on his left leg during the crash in the opening scene, but in the next scenes, he has a cast on his right leg. Later in the movie, Max runs off the road 6 of the bikers, but the biker gang had a lot more bikers when it showed them at the beginning of the movie, so what happened to the rest? This guy had already removed his helmet, yet he does it again. Stage lights reflected on the visor. The windshield is already cracked before the machete hits it. The worst preservation of evidence ever. Goose drops his baton, but when he goes after Johnny, the baton is back on his right hand. When the toe cutter is talking to Johnny at the beach, the man behind in the overcoat has his hand in and out of his pocket depending on the angle. The tire rubber Goose burns on the road disappears. The Goose's wreck is caused by his rear wheel rocking up. As he and the bike fly off the road, the rear wheel is still spinning. Besides, a rear wheel lock would not make a motorcycle look like it jumped off a ramp. When he crashes his motorbike, he lands facing down, but the previous shot shows him falling on his back. You can see the foil wrapped around the spokes to simulate the mag wheels. The budget was so tight, they could not afford a second set of mag wheels for the stunt bike. Even if we assume the biker gang was following Goose and watching him, this whole revenge trap relied on Johnny being able to hit the car with a brake drum. When Max and Jessie take off for their vacation, it's just the 2 of them with no baby. The baby first appears at the gas station when Jessie tells Max that she's going to buy an ice cream cone. You can see the black Interceptor in the driveway of one of the houses as she drives away. Jessie's shoes changes from sandals to sheepskin boots and back to sandals. They left 1 tire behind when they drove away from the bikers, but there's a spare tire on top of the car. I don't know of many people who travel with 2 spare tires. Pigeons in the middle of a forest. They were just standing right in front of her.
Wow.
So, there's a fence and a gate, yet a biker gang with their loud-ass motorcycles can sneak past everyone. Weren't a bunch of these dudes chasing Jessie in the forest too? Switches from 7 riders to 6 riders. Notice the road and the scenery. Once Max spins up the supercharger, he is in a very different road. Car versus bikes. Gee, I wonder who is going to win. Who is he going to call? It looks like he called the junkyard, but why would he do that? There was no reason for Toe Cutter to hang around at the junkyard. Those guys were pretty darn far away to be able to shoot Max with a handgun. When the bikers ride over Max's arm, is that a hole in the asphalt to fit his arm? It's hard to tell, but something is going on there. Visible wire when Max shoots the biker about to run him over. To top it off, the truck has a painted panel to simulate the front of the truck because the actual truck driver that the producers hired was afraid that the crash would damage his truck. We hear a gun being cocked, but Max's double barrel doesn't have any external hammers, so it can't be cocked.
Joining us, Thunder from Down Under.
Listen to me. I don't do romance. My tastes are very singular. I'm not gonna touch you. Not until I have your written consent.
The Knight Rider. That is his name.
The Knight Rider.
Remember him.
Knight Rider. A shadowy flight.
That thing in there. That's not the Goose. No way.
The chain in those handcuffs is high tensile steel. It'll take you 10 minutes to hack through it with this. Now, if you're lucky, you could hack through your ankle in 5 minutes. Go.
They say people don't believe in heroes anymore. Well, damn them! You and me, Max. We're gonna give them back to heroes.